Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to start on the SH Figuarts Kamen Naki. There's not a lot I can say about this that isn't pretty much awesome. It's hindered in some areas in terms of articulations because it suffers from the same issues that 001 had, which is the arms are double jointed, but the body armor here in the bicep will get in the way, which kind of forces it to make it seem like it has a single joint articulation. Otherwise, everything else about this is pretty nice. If you love Metsubo Jinrai, obviously you're still going to want this piece. But yeah, so let's talk about Naki very quickly. I'm actually not sure of Naki's pronouns, so if I am wrong, someone please correct me. But I will refer to Naki as a her. I paused because I wanted to make sure I said that correctly. But yeah, so yeah, here we have with our head articulation. She can look up, she can look down. As we see, even with the chest armor here in the way, you can still tilt side to side, looking really good. Looking down may be the biggest issue for her, but I think an extension neck peg from SHF Upgrade could fix all of that. Gives you that extra mobility to look down. Now in terms of her arms, she doesn't have any issues because they made all of her tassels soft plastic, which I thought was an awesome touch. I really wish they could have wired it back here, but I'm okay with them dangling because we never see them do anything crazy, even in the live action show. We don't have to worry about shoulder pads because hers is attached to the shoulder and it doesn't hinder any of the articulation here. We have bicep swivel. And like I said, even though Naki is double jointed, you'll see the double joint there, we are limited by that armor here, right here in this section. Now I've seen some people really cut out theirs and mod them, which will give it that extra bit of articulation. Or you can be like me and you can make sure that it's pressed and turned in, and then you kind of bunch it in. It gives you that extra little bit of movement, but it may not be enough. So you have to be really careful there. It's something that bummed me out because the technology is there. It's just that actual design is going to get in the way. But yeah. Oh, as far as the wrist, the wrist gauntlets, sorry. They are attached on and can tab out. That will be for swapping in the claws. And it doesn't hinder really any articulation in terms of the pegs because they're attached to the wrist part here. So you don't have too much to worry about. In terms of our waist, we have excellent waist articulation, which I think is something that they've fixed from 001's issues. And that's what makes the arm issue kind of a bummer. Because here we have this really awesome leg articulation. We can actually rotate here at the thigh with no problem. And I think the only other down part is going to be that ankle articulation really doesn't work out too well. But if we're talking about like looking good in terms of movement, only the ankles and the double joint issue is going to be the biggest of your bunching issues whatsoever in terms of articulation. But you can fix that by, working around it. But Naki poses really, really well. She does a great job of looking really good, especially as a slightly smaller character. And I like that they actually made the body smaller for her. The frame fits really, really well. So posing her up isn't too much of an issue, but if you want those really good poses, it will take some modding, which is a bit of a bummer. But I'm okay with that. As a guy who kit bashes a ton of stuff, it's not an issue for me, but it may be an issue for others. Now, in terms of accessories, this is where she comes out a little bit light, but it's pretty accurate to the design of the character. You will get alternative pieces for her claws, and this will be, you can lift off these tabs. I haven't lifted off the right one yet. There we go. So that was a little tight. And then you will be able to tab in these for her claw. The tab will be able to meet right here under that first piece. There we go. And you have to be careful because even though I've tabbed it on that first time, sometimes it just doesn't tab in really well. Sometimes it does. My left one usually does really well, but just in case, there we go. Looking pretty good. You'll also get item holding hands, which also can use as pointing hands for Naki. Let me actually fix the focus on this very quickly. There we go. These can also hold items as well too, but just in case you don't want to, you don't have to. And then you'll obviously get closed fist. The closed fist will definitely work really well with the clawed hands, and I want to put both on so we get a nice good look at the clawed hands. I can't call them clawed hands. The claw accessory, because they actually aren't on the hands. But like I said, this is a really nice look for her. Then even when you're like doing like some jump pose. This looks really good. I forgot to order my sticker set, so I didn't get a chance to add it to its Force Rider, her Force Riser, excuse me. But overall, still very happy with it. Very simple design, and again, this is definitely for people who are big fans of Invincible Jinrai or just Zero One in general, because it's not a, I won't say not a pivotal character, but like a few other characters, it kind of plays a backside role. But I'm really glad they're making the Invincible Jinrai team. As of this video, they have announced Kamen Rider Invincible Jinrai, so it may be another reason for you to jump in and get it as well too. So it's really up to you. Oh, before we go, let's jump into the size comparison. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, guys, now we're gonna jump into the size comparison. This is where it gets a little fun, because I know I said Naki was small, but I forgot to realize that Valkyrie is absolutely smaller. So even though Naki's small, Valkyrie is indeed smaller. So that's what she looks like next to her, and it looks pretty good. I mean, these two definitely have a nice aura, and I'm definitely gonna do a tokusatsu team up between those two. Here we are next to Assault Wolf, because we get I believe we get Orthos Wolves pretty soon, so that'll be pretty cool. These guys actually look really nice together as a nice trio. Really like that. And speaking of trios, hopefully we'll finish our quartet for Invincible Jinrai as we get Ikazuchi soon. Here we are next to Horobi, and then we have Gen Flying Falcon. So there we go. So these guys actually look really good. I didn't think that Naki was gonna be that small. Naki actually looks around the same size, but it's weird because in the show Naki's actually pretty smaller. So it's pretty crazy that we have this nice little fix for the toy. So let's remove these guys. Next up, we'll compare to Realizing Hopper. Pick your head up a little bit, bro. So yeah. And then, if we compare it to the new Saber stuff, which is gigantic compared to everything else, here we are with Blade's Lion Sinki. There we are. And then you see Blade actually has a significant height difference over these guys, which is pretty cool. So let's take these guys away. Next up, we'll do a Lightning Collection White Ranger. Oh, I'm bugging. I took out Naki. Why would I even do that? Sorry about that, guys. There I go tripping. So here we are with White Ranger. Next up, we have a 1000 Toys Synthetic Human. Yep, stay. Right? Comparing next up, we have SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Kuga. Then we have a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Next up, we can do a Mezco Blade. Right? Looking like a big boy. We can do a G.I. Joe Flint. This is also from Hasbro. Last but not least, we will do Articulated Icons Ninja and a Mythic Legion. So here's a Mythic Legion. And then we have an Articulated Icons Ninja. And this about sums it up. I mean, Naki is on the smaller side, but again, I didn't realize compared to Valkyrie, Naki would look normal in terms of height, but then that's pretty relative. Everybody's supposed to be different heights in 01, and it actually does look that way in this case. I'm having a great time with her. Pretty simple, but I'm just doing it to finish off my Invincible Jinrai team, and I'm gonna be pretty excited when Kamen Rider Invincible Jinrai comes out. But this may not be for everyone. If you don't like all of the 01 riders, or you're very particular about a certain one, then you can jump around and see what you like. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are well. I hope that you guys are all doing your thing out there in the world. Be good, be safe. As always, please, be good, do good, drink your water.